Welcome back, Captains, to another Infinite Galaxy video. This is Dragothian here, and today we're going to go over the all-new Battle Mechanics Notice from Infinite Galaxy. What this is basically going to do, so this changes the game. When it comes to battle in Infinite Galaxy, this absolutely changes the way that you're going to function in the game, both inside of the actual normal Nebula fighting, but also I think this is also going to affect Outermost Crusade as well, especially whenever it comes to my Nebula. I still haven't gotten it yet. They must still be working out some kinks and things like that. I don't think this is going to affect Galaxy Summit. I think that's still going to be a one fleet thing. Maybe it will affect other things, but we're going to go through this notice. We're going to go piece by piece. I'm going to give you my reaction to each part that's going to be laid out here and kind of tell you how that's going to affect you in the game. So let's go ahead and jump into it. All right, so we're inside this mail. This came a couple days ago. It's the 29th right now, or 30th right now. This came 3 days ago. So when this came out, I gave it a read over. I wanted to make sure that there was no adjustment emails coming out before I did a video on it. Right now, let's just kind of read through it. We will optimize the battle mechanics so every commander can command better and have a better experience. Optimizations will gradually be available in every Nebula. They're going to start with Nebula 77, 78, 79, and 80. The 27th, which was 3 days ago. Now, this will eventually spread out across all the other nebulas once, again, kinks are worked out or any kind of feedback's given. But let's go through each piece. All right, number one, the all-new multi-queue battle mechanic. Now commanders can make several of their queues join the same battle. There is a little bit of a caveat, though, and I wish this actually wasn't the case. I wish you could do this. You can't use multiple queues to join battles for attacking space pirates, mines, and some other gameplay. I'm curious what some other gameplay is. I'm assuming, again, like we said earlier, we're talking about maybe Galaxy Summit, maybe Outermost Crusade for the Nebula versus Nebula stuff. We'll have to see what that actually means, but I think space pirates should be a pretty basic functionality of being able to utilize the multi-queue fleet system. That would be kind of nice. That would also give them the room to go ahead and open up higher level space pirates, which again, to me at this stage in the game would make a lot of sense. A lot of people are already at that 35, that 40 level. Why not go ahead and expand it up even further? That's just my thought. Number two, strengthen the rally mechanics. Now this is really critical, and it's kind of, to me, bringing the game into the norm when it comes to how rallies are supposed to work, because right now in the game, before this was implemented, there really wasn't a reason to rally. Like, you just, because whenever you swarm a target, you become part of one master army anyway, or master fleet anyway, so it didn't make sense not to just swarm it. You kind of went into the same fleet. So strengthen the rally mechanics. Allies who join the rallies can enjoy every buff and bonus of the rally sponsor, meaning the person who sends the rally, including flagship, tech, outfitting, crew, core modules, medals, and more. The stronger the rally sponsor is, the more powerful the rally will be. This makes a lot of sense. This makes it to where, again, you don't have to worry about just swarming everything. If you want to get the maximum benefit from your biggest player in your alliance or your best player, this is the way to do it. You want to rally. Now, obviously, when you're rallying, there's a 3, 4, 5 minute timer on it, depending, or up to 30 minutes, depending on what kind of rally is set. But if you're utilizing the rally mechanic now, you actually have the function to be able to designate whose buffs are going to be applied to everybody's fleets, which is very, very important, especially if you're rallying an outpost, or again, anything inside of the nebulas when we're talking about PvE based functions like the strongholds and things like that. Number three, rally fleets and single fleets can now join the same battle simultaneously, but still only fleets in the rally queue enjoy every buff and bonus of the rally sponsor. So again, you have the rally, right? And then you can have other fleets joining on top of the rally, but those don't get the same buffs. So again, if you're bringing other armies or other fleets into the battle, it's still going to have that single fleet mechanic, but only the ones that are joining the rally at the beginning will get the benefits from the rally sponsor or the rally leader, is really what that should read. So hopefully that makes sense. So say your rally has 100 million battle power in it. You can increase that to 200, 300, 400 million if you wanted to, if you had the available fleets outside from other players, but the extra 300 million battle power will not get the benefits of the rally sponsor bonuses whenever they're joining into that rally, it will be extra, it will be different, additional from what the rally itself is holding. Number 4, optimize the multiplayer battle mechanic. Attack bonuses of both sides will increase according to the number of people that join the battle. The side with fewer people joining the battle will have additional attack bonuses, meaning they're trying to give battles that are one-sided, like, so say it's 5 versus 10 in the open field or in a structure. They want to give the one with less players in it a little bit more of an advantage when it comes to stats to hopefully help kind of even the fight out a little bit. I'm not sure if this is really, to me, necessary. I think if you're 5 players versus 10 players, it should all be about the battle power. Like, if you've got 10 players with 5 million battle power each coming in, and you've got 5 players with 10 million battle power each coming in, right now it's a 50 million versus 50 million. That should be equal, right? But because of this new mechanic, the defenders will win that, assuming everything else is equal when it comes to tech and things like that. So something to keep in mind as you're starting to formulate with these new changes coming in. Again, the side with fewer people joining the battle will have an additional attack bonus. At the same time, all commanders who join multiplayer battles will equally share the burden of total damage. This is another big thing. Right now, this stuff is based on warship type. So again, if you're attacking a garrison, or if you're attacking a fleet on the open field, it's based off of what the warships do damage-wise to each other, and it's calculated in that way instead of it being done through an equal spreading mechanic on everybody gets a little bit, versus this person had cruisers against frigates, so they're going to have the most damage, etc., etc. So something to keep in mind. Now, also number 5 here, when attacking spaceports and alliance buildings, the attackers can only have up to 8 queues enter at the same time. The rally counts as 1 queue, meaning 1 rally queue plus 7 individual queues. So again, this is for when you're attacking structures, spaceports, and alliance buildings. You can have a maximum of 8 total additions, 1 being the rally and 7 additional fleets coming in to attack the structure. When a commander dispatches multiple fleets to attack the same spaceport, their battle abilities will be reduced starting from the second fleet. So this is, to me, that second part means you need to have 8 different people joining that battle instead of having 2 people swarming it, per se, with their own fleets stacking up. I guess they're trying to avoid the possibility, or they're trying to eliminate the thing that's in the game with high spenders. So, when you're talking about really powering up inside of Infinite Galaxy and you've max teched up and you've got all these flagships and all the outfitting and the crew members and all that's all up in there, trying to eliminate one player from really causing too much damage. I guess that's kind of the idea behind that. Not the worst idea. It kind of helps the lesser spending players out a little bit, which is good, I think, in any game, just for in general. But I don't know if you necessarily want to limit somebody who's putting a lot of investment into the game in that way. Let's see how that works. Let's see. Number 6. When defending spaceports, all reinforcement fleets of the defender count as 1 queue, and they enjoy the buffs and bonuses of the commander with the highest flagship power in the queue. Includes flagship, tech, outfitting, etc. When one powerful commander joins the reinforcements, the entire queue is stronger. So just like with rallies, where you have your rally leader generating buffs, all those things for the rest of the rally, now in garrisons, the game senses who is the most powerful from a tech, research, flagship, crew member standpoint, and makes them the garrison leader. I wish that there was a mechanic inside of that where the alliance leadership, R5, R4, etc., could designate who is the garrison leader instead of the game sensing it. Because again, that may not be we'll have to see how this plays out, because the game may possibly select a subpar crew or a subpar flagship or a subpar player when there's a better one in there that we know for a fact would perform better. We'll have to see how that plays out. I'm hoping that they add a manual change mechanism inside of the leadership of the alliance so that you can manually select somebody to be the garrison leader. I think that's definitely a needed addition to this game. Number 7, due to the rally strengthening mechanics, commanders who join the rally will enjoy all the sponsors' buffs. For this reason, we will slightly increase the difficulty of stages bosses for the Deep Space Relics, Alien Spirits, and Simulation Center. So basically, they're making the PvE portion of this thing that requires rallies a little bit more difficult to offset the bonuses that you should be getting from the rally leadership on this mechanism. So basically just increasing the difficulty of PvE content for the rally based stuff. So overall summary, what do we think about this this new battle mechanics? Notice, I think that it's a good step in the right direction. I do think that there are more pieces that need to be added, especially on the Garrison side. You need to be able to manually select instead of relying on the system to kind of select what's going on, because one, we don't know what the system is using to judge who is stronger. Also, again, I think that in most of the other games that are more next gen, you can use swarming fleets in this scenario on PvE content. So space pirates, mines, etc. You should be able to use all your fleets instead of just one fleet for PvE content. In my opinion, you should be able to do that, especially if you're using that same battle mechanic for actual PvP, which to me, for players that are casual or not really playing that often, giving them the ability to learn how to manage multiple fleets in PvE will make them better fighters when it comes to PvP. So for people, because PvP generally is not that often inside of an established Nebula. You're not talking about having PvP all the time, every day, nonstop, unless you're, you know, somebody who's going around killing people who are mining, or somebody who's going around just killing random people. You're not going to have PvP every single day, and you're not really going to have the ability to kind of play around with that functionality. So whenever the time comes, if you can't do it in PvE, it's going to be a brand new experience. You're not going to be comfortable with it, and you can start flubbing up a little bit. So to me, I think that this should be available for PvE content. I think that's another change that needs to be made. I think some of the attack bonuses for smaller garrisons or smaller rallies doesn't really matter that much to me, in my opinion. I will say that there's a max cap for rallies, but not a max cap, it seems, for garrisons. I'm not sure how that will be equality wise in the game. It seems like they're really trying to make it difficult for players to destroy structures unless you really brute force it. So interesting to see how this plays out when it comes to actual battle. We'll definitely be coming back to you with more data on this, more information on this, but hopefully you enjoyed the breakdown of what this is and what this should mean for you. To me, this is something that's going to improve the game for sure, but I think a few more tweaks would be very, very nice to see. A couple of little additions here and there as we fully flesh out the new multi-fleet battle mechanic system inside of Infinite Galaxy. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I'll see you guys next time. Cheers, have a good one, and take care.